when I say Canada has, and it's not, I don't say it with glee. I don't say it with any sort of Schadenfreude, or as my father used to say in Yiddish, machaya. Like when we were kids and we would get hurt doing something stupid, my father would rub his stomach and say, yeah, machaya, which is sort of like, good for you. You got what you deserve. You're going to learn. That's not how I say this at all. I say this actually with a deep amount of sorrow and distress, as if I'm watching a beautiful puppy get run over by a car. As if I'm watching a relationship fall apart. I'm looking at Canada saying, this is absolute madness. And it's a country that is no longer serious, that is not only not serious, but is actually something of a threat to the free world and the free Canadians who aspire to be free and happy within Canada. Do you remember during the election where I was absolutely right in all of my assessments about Pierre Poilievre, not saying anything about Natasha being beaten by the Montreal police, not saying anything about the fact that the Canadian courts and the Crown, the Crown, that oversees the subjects of Canada want to lock up two of the Ottawa protest organizers for 7 and 8 years respectively. Pierre Poilievre only about a week ago said anything about that. In my assessment, 100% right, and it wasn't with joy and glee that I said it, and it's not with joy and glee that I say I was right. When he was running in his riding during the federal election, a riding that he lost is how badly he performed. And the ballot was something of a joke because the ballot had, I don't know if anybody remembers this. I was shocked at the time. The ballot had 91 candidates on it. And I made a joke at the time that I said, first of all, this looks like election interference in terms of confusing people so they don't even know who to vote for on the ballot. They want to show, they're protesting the first past the post. I don't know what the purpose is, but they got 91 candidates on the ballot during the last federal election in Pierre Poilievre's riding. Not to be outdone by the insanity. In the by-election where Pierre Poilievre is going to run in Crowfoot, I believe, somewhere in Alberta, they now have over 200 candidates on the ballot. When the ballot had 91 candidates on it, it was over a meter long. That is a unit for 3 freedom feet. Now that it has over 200 candidates on it, it's expected to be upwards of 7 feet long. A ballot for an election in a country that has shown utter disregard and contempt for fundamental rights is now making a mockery of the election process itself. Listen, this is from CTV News. More than 200 candidates running and riding where Pierre Poilievre hopes to win seat. Breaking record. Yeah, it's a record of insanity. The number of candidates running in August by-election, the Conservative Party of Canada hopes will restore its leader's position in the House of Commons, has surpassed 200. Elections Canada has listed 209 confirmed candidates in the rural Alberta riding of Battle River Crowfoot as of Monday morning, only 7 of which have political party affiliations. Monday is the close of nominations for the August 18 by-election, and a complete list of the candidates will be available Wednesday, the agency said. The vast majority of the candidates who've signed up to run are listed as independents. The riding has since been targeted by the electoral reform advocacy group, the Longest Ballot Committee, which has also participated in several previous high-stakes by-elections. It also ran a campaign in Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre's former riding, where it racked up 91 candidates on the ballot. And we can go on here. Conservative candidates have held the federal riding in Battle Crow since 2004. The farmer by trade held the seats. Okay, whatever. 209 candidates on a ballot is what they're doing to the election process in Canada. They're trying to protest first past the ballot. I don't even know. I'm going to have to double check what the rationale is of the protest, but 209. Confuse, divide, and conquer. We'll see what happens. It would be the absolute, I would say hilarious if you're liberal, disastrous if you're conservative, humiliating if you're Pierre Poilievre, if Pierre doesn't actually win that riding, which went like 84% conservative the last election. But confuse enough people, 209 ballots, and I hope it's in alphabetical order. That's what's going on in Canada, people.